Hey everyone, welcome to Infinite Realms. Today I'm going to review a depressing, disappointing review of Moon Knight. Now this is a depressing one because I missed this figure first time around. It came about in the dark times when I could maybe buy one Marvel Legends figure a month, and oh boy, that one got away. And from what I can tell, it's a complete reissue. And I'm recording this after the review, of course. And basically, no, I wasn't too upset about it, even though it's $5 more, probably $6 more than the original figure. I still was kind of okay with that. But then Hasbro quality control struck. And you'll see it in the video, and I'm not even sure why I'm releasing this other than to express my frustration with Hasbro quality control. So there you go, and here's the review. Okay, so normally around this time I am fiddling with the figure, figuring out what its limitations are and everything. And this time, this happened. If you've seen the shorts, you know what happened. It popped off. And I'm actually mad about it because I'm just going to tell you, I mean, I was going to change the hand, but I hadn't pulled that very, I mean, it wasn't hard. I mean, it was just, you know, the smallest amount of pressure you can pull a hand off with. I didn't strain or struggle or anything. And it instantly popped. And I'm pretty upset about it because I was going to put on the fisted hands, and this is the trigger hand. And it was like, oh man, shit. It just floors me because, you know, people point out issues with Valiverse figures, and it's like it's a low percentage, and if something happens, they take care of you. Now, I know what's going to happen here. If I try to contact Hasbro, say contact the retailer. I know the retailer would replace this, but I've been buying from smaller places just to kind of be more supportive of smaller businesses, and I don't want to do that to them. I mean, I can fix it. Use a fisted hand on the other hand. I can't do a pose like that. But, I can do a fisted hand. But it just pisses me off. Because this is Hasbro, dude. They should have a better control on this. And, this is the second Marvel Legends figure I've ever had that broke. The first one came out of that collection I was talking about, and it was kind of my fault, so I won't get into that. I'll get into that when I review that one, which is coming later. But this I'm more upset about. This was fresh out of the box. Wasn't even cold. It had been in a room here for hours, and I actually had, the figure is room temperature, and so yeah, I'm just upset about it because this is, this is $11 billion corporation can't seem to get quality control under wraps, whereas the small companies seem to be able to do it. And if they have an issue, they report it. It's like, I know, according to shipping information, Pandora should arrive for me Thursday, 2 days from now. I know there's an issue with some of the figures. I know what to do. I know when I get it, I just contact orders@valiverse.com. They'll fix it for me. Hasbro won't do that. I already know they won't. I already know they're going to stick it to the poor retailer. And I know, yeah, it just sucks. I'm going to continue the review after I fix it, but damn, this just sucks, and I'm pissed about it. I'm pissed that the big company cannot take care of something like this. It's just crazy to me. One thing I will point out, though, well, even though I'm still pissed, thankfully, the figure in the box does not look like the render, because I was looking at it going, wait a minute, and I did look up some old pictures of Moon Knight, of the one from 5 years ago. He did not have those peg holes. Those arms are covered to pegs. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And thankfully, that's not what happened. Alright, let me get to work on fixing it. But I'm not happy. Not happy at all. Okay, so update on the Moon Knight situation. I've tried several tricks I know to get the peg out. None of them have worked. I'm going to have to Dremel it, and of course my Dremel is gone. So for this review, I'm just going to go over some stuff. You know, really upset. I've actually already put away Moon Knight's accessories, but you know, you get some small crescents and some big crescents. They look cool. You see the hands. He gets a big old staff, and he gets a smaller staff that you can take apart. Of course, mine will never be able to hold two halves of it. Poor guy. Anyway, this is basically the same figure from 5 years ago. It's a good figure. I like it. There's a debate in my head to buy another one. Maybe. I don't know. I may not. I may just put the fisted hand on, you know, when I get to find my Dremel, I'll put the fisted hand on it and then, you know, just pose them that way. Yeah, I just can't get over how easily that snapped. I've had breakages before, but that was just so unreal. So, yeah, that gives it a big disappointment in this figure. I mean, my thought process was I was going to give it about 5 stars for being 4 stars for being a little bit old, 5 stars originally if it had been 5 years ago. 4 stars for it being basically 100% reuse. I mean, they didn't even change the paint apps. It is 100% reuse. So, you know, I mean, maybe even me reviewing the figure is kind of pointless. I mean, I'm glad I got him in my collection. I really love Moon Knight. I really thought about posing him, you know, like with his hands always behind him, and then, you know, you guys could see, you know, how he poses. Same trick as before, you know, it tacks under there and everything. So, yeah. Damn it, Moon Knight. There we go. That's my new catchphrase. Damn it, Moon Knight. Alright. So, you know, it's an okay figure. 5 stars 5 years ago. I would have said 4 stars if it wasn't for the QC issue and the fact that it's complete reuse and you get a higher price. I was going to go 3. With the QC issue, I'm going 2. You know, that's just a bunch of bullshit, man. It is. It really is a bunch of bullshit. And I hate that it happened. I'm really upset that it happened. It's, again, I've been dealing with Valorverse figures, and I mean, I know the pressures, and that was not enough pressure to snap that. That shouldn't have snapped the way it did, and it did. So, careful with your Moon Knights. I don't know if they're using a weaker plastic or what. But, yeah, 2.5 stars for me. Could have been 3.5 if Hasbro will get its act together. Okay, that'll wrap it up for Infinite Realms in a very disappointing day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.